Scoot closer to me. There we go. All right. Okay, so I'm Z. I don't know if you guys are familiar with me yet. I'm a prominent Brawl player in the Las Vegas community, helping, running, competing, all this, and I'm joined with Mr. E, experienced in multiple games across the land. And we will be commentating a bunch of these matches. We will have some guest commentators on here for you. But right now, let's jump right into it. We're going to have PSG SK92 versus EXO. It's actually going to be like their first times playing this game on Wii U because a lot of people, the game just came out. So here we go. We got round one on Smashville, and we're going to have EXO starting off with his Brawl main Lucario, and we're going to have SK92 going Fox.
He said he wanted to play Fox because he disliked the landing lag on almost all of Falco's moves. He actually dislikes all landing lag, period, but he was wondering, he asked me a question a couple minutes ago and said who has the worst landing lag and who has the best landing lag, and I have no idea because this is the first time I've played, but Falco seems like he can't do a lot of his shenanigans from Brawl and or Melee.
I agree, actually. Falco's a completely different character from the way you have to play him. Like he feels very similar with Brawl, as far as his moves go, and then, a couple changes like his back air, and obviously his recovery is a lot better. But his playstyle has to be different because of the drastic changes to his laser game as well as his downer. So Falco is out for SK92, and he's jumped onto Fox, who he did play a little bit in Brawl, was one of his mid tiers, and he feels pretty comfortable with how he moves actually in Smash 4.
Didn't SK92 play Falco in all three of the games, like Melee, Brawl, and PM?
Yes. SK92 is actually very he's pretty much winning or top 2ing everything in Vegas as far as Melee, PM, and even Brawl with Falco. Obviously he had some different characters. He subbed Fox in Melee as well, and he played Meta Knight in Brawl, and actually plays Fox in PM really well. So it's a very familiar character to him. But it's nice to see him actually coming back into the newer gen games since he's been focusing a lot on the Melee and PM aspect of it. But we've also got EXO, who's actually a seasoned Brawl player. Hasn't really traveled out of state, really, but he's one of the players that's been static in the Smash scene for a long time. He's been playing Brawl since, I think, back in 09, and he's always made Lucario. It's kind of like true to his main. He's actually... good read by SK92, and that's kind of one of his big games. He's very solid at getting that read, baits out rolls, and forces you to make that mistake you don't want to make. So let's see if EXO can put on some damage right now because he's struggling. We're only at 2 stocks, and he's only put on 7%. SK's got a full stock lead on him, so this is looking pretty tricky for him.
Looking pretty rough right now.
Yeah.
I will say, though, that Lucario feels a lot, I wouldn't say a lot different, but different in the sense of it seems like he's more reliable in 4 rather than Brawl. And let me ask you, did EXO, since you know him, did he ever play Mewtwo in Melee?
No.
No?
He actually,
or PM for that matter?
I don't believe so. He's just true to Lucario. He's one of those guys who sticks to his main. Shout out to Staffy. Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who, that's just his character. He's always talked about picking up a secondary, but unfortunately, he's never really put the time and effort in. I honestly believe he doesn't want to because this is just his character.
I understand. Yeah. Completely.
So, but it's not looking too good for him right now. As he's already at 73%, and SK is only at 39.
This is a little rough.
Yeah,
it's really looking rough.
It's definitely tough, and it's interesting because this is actually a 1 versus 2 where SK is the 2 seed. SK actually was knocked into loser's bracket going Samus in pools, and fortunately he was able to make it out as a 2 seed. But that's kind of why he's going Fox now, because that's the character that brought him out of the pool. So EXO was able to go through all of his pools with Lucario in exceptional fashion, beating most. I think he only dropped 1 game in the sets that he did play. So it's kind of surprising to see him struggling right now. He was telling me he's feeling pretty good about it, but he cannot be landing with that kind of a lag. That's going to be an easy 2-stock for SK92. So I
will ask, how do you approach a Fox?
See, the thing with Fox, I do play him a little bit. What I've noticed is really beneficial is, punishing people who approach in the air, like whenever a lot of folks try to do aerials and land instead of air dodging or whatnot. Fox is really good at dash attacking. I feel like dash attack is critical for his gameplay. Dash attack and then neutral airing in allow him to get in safely along with his downer. Downer, though, does have that last hitbox where it pops you out as opposed to like in Brawl, and I think in all the other games it would keep you in place. Now the last hit of downer pops you out, so you can't combo as easily out of it, but Fox has a lot of approach options, and he does force the approach because he still has his lasers.
So, but Lucario gets stronger, so I would assume that maybe that would scare Fox, because Fox might die.
Absolutely,
at early percentages.
It would it's definitely intimidating when you have Lucario, who basically doubles rage mode because of his aura. The problem is the EXO's not able to actually hit him. So if he's not hitting him, he's not really building. He's not really getting to a kill percent. Like Lucario can kill like a 30, 40, 50%, you know, with a crazy forward smash, but SK's not getting that 30, 40, 50%. That's what EXO's struggling with. Is he's not able to get that hit. Like you see him doing a lot of movement right over here. You know, he's able to connect with good forward air, but that's about it. Now, as opposed to if we watch SK's going to go for down throw. He's going to go pressure on with forward air, down smash. Like he's putting a lot of pressure on. That's forcing EXO to shield and move, but it's not letting him get on the offensive. And here we go with that dash attack opening. Gets an up tilt, puts him at 19%. Once again, EXO's standing still, unable to really hit him. So this is going to be a matchup where EXO really has to find a way in, because that seems to be the big problem.
So what do you think that EXO should be doing
EXO,
as opposed to not doing? Like clearly, it seems like he's shielding a lot. He's being extremely defensive and not even meaning to, because he can't be offensive.
It's interesting because Lucario actually does have good priority in his moves. Like his forward air is really good. He can come up and his grabs are really efficient. Like he can throw Fox off stage, and Fox though he has a better recovery, it's still a Spacey trying to recover. So it's really tough for to fight him on stage. The big option against Spacey is always to throw them off stage and punish them in the air, which I don't think he's doing enough of. Like utilizing up throw, down throw, forward air. I'm sorry, forward throw would be a great way for him to play.
But he has to get in there. So
yeah.
It just sort of did EXO pick the stage or no?
Yes, EXO did counter pick Final D.
Okay.
After he lost, I think game 1 was on Smashville or
Smashville.
It was pretty quick, So that's the problem. Like he's doing a much better job now. It's a lot more even, but gets that first kill. And he wasn't rage mode, so he would have been able to kill SK92. But Kyle's is really, really good at getting that read, being able to punish it. And he has Fox's up smash, which may not be as broken or strong as it used to be, but it's still a great move to use.
Does Lucario what kill moves does Lucario actually have?
Lucario's kill moves range anywhere between like forward smash to
clearly.
back air. He's got a lot of tools. It's just EXO once again cannot connect.
Get in there.
Like he can't get anything to open him up. And once he gets in, he gets out. SK puts him back out, puts percent on him, forces him to come back in. And it's interesting because like SK's doing a lot of punishable stuff, like jump there.
It seems like he's playing like Fox from Melee. Fox from like PM-ish.
Yeah,
because he's doing a lot of like I think it's like neutral air, right?
Yeah,
like
he's doing the short hop neutral air, and it's scaring him, which is interesting because it really shouldn't. Like,
do you think that SK is playing like that because
SK is definitely in his head?
Yeah, okay,
he's absolutely in his head right now, and that's unfortunate. Like right there, this is his game. Some kind of punish, otherwise he forces him back on stage awkwardly. But Fox in rage mode, up smash will kill. Back air may kill. But then again, Lucario's got a lot of tools too. He's just got to. Ooh. See, he's going for that read, and here's the up air, no good. Gets up, misses the up smash, and there's a whiff punish right there. Like he's playing so defensive that he's not punishing. He's not getting the easy. So that's that 2-0. So
let me ask you about the Lucario's counter. Do you think it would work against SK92? Just
yeah, in the middle.